Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Second and 1. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chargers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Young on the play action. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he's brought down for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Here we go, right up the gut.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice that doesn't end up getting an offensive 1st down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
Here we go, 4th and goal inside the 1. And he runs it across, touchdown! The Chargers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. It's Deebo Samuel with the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
From the gun, McCaffrey. Escapes a defender. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Offense up to the line fast. Daniels on 1st down. Forced out to his right. He's going to keep it this time. That's brought in by Luke McCaffrey. He's still going at the 30. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We got 2nd and 15. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
He's throwing deep to the left side. Well, they have the look. Certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off the defense at any time.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. So this one goes out of bounds inside the 20, but not by much. They're giving him the 18-yard line. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Young on 1st and 10. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner, and sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
That one right down the middle. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck find it. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. He fields it from the 8. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Young back to it after the pick. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Young. Smith pulls this one in along the sideline. An excellent game, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the 46. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Young. This is caught inside the 15. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they face 2nd down.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a 2nd quarter lead. Lamb McConkey with a touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Samuel now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. He's on the move. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. You set it down, score him at the 38. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the 48. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. From the gun, it's Daniels. He has the first over the middle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
On the move, headed right. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. It's the Commanders with 10 to go still on second down. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. He even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat. But the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Daniels throwing on third. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Fourth down, here's Daniels. Throw caught by his running back. Stiff arm success. With some fancy footwork there for the touchdown. The Commanders earn the chance to tie before halftime. Deebo Samuel the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders tie things up at 14. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Young. Snared by his running back. It's Najee Harris. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Here's 2nd and 2. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Young working from the gun. Catch is made down the right sideline. That's 16 on the pickup. And it brings up an LA first down.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Washington calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
He's in trouble and gets brought down again. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
I don't know why, Kate, but when I'm thinking of this series that we all just watched, I'm just hearing the sound thud. Not a whole lot of other ways to describe the set of downs that we just watched and the results that followed. It was third and extra long, and now it's fourth and forever.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. 45 yards on the punt there. And they'll take over with minimal time remaining in the half. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. He's got a gain of 6 there. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. Here comes the final play of our first half. A final throw before the break. He puts some power on a deep one left. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Samuel now to return it. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll start the second half with McCaffrey. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Second down now, 7 to go. They stick with McCaffrey. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him a third down and 6 to go.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
To the air, 3rd and long. He's got it near the 10. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take the lead right away in half number 2. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. The rookie out of Alabama, they're on the tackle.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
That's completed out to the right. And defenders are there to get him at the line. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop.
It was as if the defense knew what play was coming. That was a play they knew they could defend, and boy, did they ever, stopping it right at the line of scrimmage.
A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. Has some daylight through the 40. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Biggest difference in the college NFL game, we know this, Kate, it's matchups. Right, that college game, so much more space with the wide hash marks. Not so much in the NFL. You've got to cultivate one-on-ones, cultivate matchups. Using the receiver as a runner, that was a matchup successful for this offense.
To the air on 1st down, Young. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Marshawn Lattimore up for the secondary for the stop.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Out of the gun, Young. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Begins his return at the 16. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And the Commanders will go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Working quickly here. First down, and they go right back to him. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Offense in the hurry up here. Daniels on first down. Finds a seam down the middle. Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Looking to tack on the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders double their lead to 14. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Slot man motioned over. Young on 1st and 10. Chased out to his right. Pressure's there, and the Commanders got him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 19-yard line.
They just get the play off. He lets a heater go deep. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Commanders get it back on the final play of the quarter. A nice takeaway to end that 3rd quarter. And they're going to have a new possession waiting to start the 4th. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. That's taken in by Samuel. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They kick the running back in motion. 2nd and 6 now. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Benjamin St. Juste picks it off. And the Chargers have some new life in the fourth.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Now they send their back in motion right. McConkey's got it on the sideline. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And the Chargers will have a first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Buys time, rolling right. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
2nd and 4. Looking for a target. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Shotgun snap now to Young. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. They're going for it. Young escapes the pocket. He slides down with enough to pick up that first. Offense up to the line fast. Young throwing here. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety valve complete. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it brings up an LA first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Now it's Young. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom.